It just stopped and the message scrolled up and said, stream has shut down unexpectedly. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna try it again.
Okay, yeah, because we're
And
live. We're playing in the background.
it says in now. Is it live now?
Yeah, it's on. It's live on my channel. At least I have it pulled up. I mean,
Hi, you
that's
guys. Welcome. I don't know if this stream ended unexpectedly. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are here to get into Derry. Happy Monday. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready to get into all of it. And the fact that every episode by episode, I'm proven right. For all of the people in the comments who like to argue and want to tussle with a woman about her opinion and with a black woman about her opinion of the portrayal of black men in Derry, I just want to say, where was I wrong at? But we will get into all of it. I'm ready to get into this episode. A lot went on. A lot happened last night. Tyra, how about you?
Per usual. You guys let me know if you can hear me and see me okay on my side. Ashley says she's good. But yeah, I'm definitely ready. A whole lot to talk about. And we ain't never been wrong about a ninja. We know when somebody tired, don't be trying to try us. But once again, be sure to drop down, hit that like button, and let us know what you think about our commentary down below. Ashley, overall thoughts.
Overall thoughts. Again, you know, we sometimes can run into a situation when things are just so predictable, but I still feel like for the most part this show between the acting and the chemistry with the actors, it still kind of works. I will say the Kersh thing to me was very much on the nose. We all knew Lily was going to run. That's the only trusted adult in her circle. We all knew she was going to run there with the dragon glass. But the fact that, damn Nurse Ratchet is feeding the people to Pennywise. That was something different. I thought it was good. I mean, it was fine. Was it my favorite episode of the season? No, but I feel like I got a lot of background. Margie made a redemption attempt. Lily is just a pawn in the game. Leroy is trash. Hank is trash. Dick is trash, like I said before. So I'm not mad whenever I'm proven right, Tyra. I'm not. I can't be too mad at it. But I hope that next week, since it's our penultimate episode, we take it all the way there and they subvert some of our expectations and really come with, some smart decisions. That's all I ask for.
I'm pretty much in the same boat. I really want them to do something that I'm not expecting. Anybody who's been a fan since what the '90 film or you read the book, you could probably see a lot of these things coming. But I just want something that's like, ooh, because I feel like those at least first three episodes they were so strong. So when it kind of wanes off a bit, it seems like four, five, six is kind of going down and down and down. And I don't know if it's because we are, getting what we're not expecting. But this was not a bad episode. We're gonna talk about that ending. Cause what we doing down in the juke joint, children? What was that? Drinking cognac. I don't know what the hell was in them glasses. We're gonna talk about that and them being in the black spot. But other than that, it wasn't a bad episode. What did we know? Kersh was gonna be Kersh. We knew that, but that's a given. Let's get into what we need to, because somebody needs to be held accountable for what did the five fingers say to the face. Slapping Will for what? Slapping Will for what? Were we surprised? I just really want to know how much of this is Leroy and how much of this is Derry. Because Will was like, Daddy, it got you too. It got you too. I had been saying, especially when we first met the family, I was like, I cannot wait to see the descend of Leroy. Now, this is when I thought, and I was under the impression that Leroy was, upstanding man, great father, great husband, X, Y, and Z, and we're just gonna see that all be torn down via Derry. They didn't give me that. Leroy has been a choice. And even though I love the duality we got here, we already know what happens when they have any character look at a mirror. We're getting into the split side of you, Leroy. These things are there. I thought it was really interesting though that Leroy wasn't standing there looking at himself. Charlotte was standing in that mirror too. But I just thought that we would get into the descent of Leroy and like, oh, okay, now this is the old man that we met in It Chapter One. It's been rocky since we met him because the patriotic duty, as he keeps saying, oh, I'm trying to save this country, Charlotte. I'm trying to do it for my country. I'm trying to save America. This is my job. This is my duty. That outweighs every single ounce of loyalty and common sense that you would feel like he owes his wife and his son. I can't get behind that. And for that reason, I don't care. Y'all can go on over there. Well, he has that fear. He's feel that's one thing. That's something separate. Internally, there are some things wrong with Leroy that has nothing to do with those triggers and his lack of fear. Because it's very present here. The fear is here now. It's here. But whether it's Derry getting to him or not, laying them hands on Will, even Will, like the energy in this episode from the kids, from the adults, you can tell that there's a shift in Derry. But the excuse of, I was just going through the motion, Charlotte. This is all really behind. I had to bury my friend, my boy, and I put Charlotte threatens to leave because I'm gonna go back to Shreveport. I'm gonna go back to Louisiana and yeah, get my boy. Also with Charlotte is allowing her little duty to trump Will in protecting him, I feel, because he's out doing what he needs to do, whatever he wants to do in the juke joint with the friends, wherever. Where is Charlotte's focus? I gotta help Hank. I'm gonna get my son. I'm gonna pack my raggedy duffel bag. After I help Hank, we're getting out of here with or without you. Why? Why isn't Will being put first for either one of these people? Will been outside with the red shit, having big fun. We're not taking care of him the way that I need them to. I am just really over Leroy in these excuses. Once he said, Charlotte, I'm trying to save, I'm trying to save America. I'm trying to save the world. I was talking about making things right with me, Leroy, with your son. You slapped your son. Yeah, I'm gonna do that too. As soon as I get through doing what I'm supposed to do. Excuse me? Ashley, talk about your friend.
Yeah, I'm not giving him any breaks. I'm not giving him any breaks because if we've learned anything through this whole It universe, is that while as Pennywise strength increases, there will be an impact on the town. But really, for those who have an opening, who have a crack, who have a weakness, who open the door for Pennywise to come in, Leroy is an open damn door because of his pride, because of his hubris, because of his lack of accountability. So here, let's get into it. Let's get all the way into Leroy's behind because he's raggedy as hell. Like I said, initially when we first meet him very early in this season, it was giving, oh wow, he's an accomplished black man in this time to arrive at the rank of major in these people's government, in their military. What did he have to do? What did he have to eat? What did he have to deal with? What did he have to put up with? We then see him beaten in, jumped in by the powers that be at said military base. Now, the amygdala situation means he's fearless, but does it make you a fool as well? Because after that, you say, yeah, I'm still going to pledge my allegiance to these United States. So much so that anything else that happens that's nefarious, I'm going to just put it on my wife. Somebody's breathing hard outside this window. Charlotte, is it you again? Damn it, Charlotte. We haven't lived together in 5 years, but the time we do, it's all your fault. And now we're here after you done unalived your wingman because you don't listen. Cause I guess it affects his hearing as well, y'all, down in the sewers. Because he literally says, "Hold on, man, hold on. I see him too." And you don't listen, you don't hearken, so you take out your best friend. And what do you do when at the first sight of stormy weather, when your son goes in there and you're having the confrontation? Because this wasn't about just Will not being where he wasn't supposed to be. This was about your guilt. And the fact that you sat there and put the blame squarely on young Master Will's shoulders is diabolical. That was your choice, baby. That was your trigger and that was your bullet. And you took out your friend. Because you're top, you gotta be top cop. You're the best soldier out there. You're an army man, a military man, whatever, Air Force. I don't give a damn. This was trash. This is indicative of a pattern, in my opinion. I think he been blaming Charlotte. I think he been slapping Will because it came too easy to
No,
him,
he
Tyler.
hasn't, Ashley.
It came too
No,
easy
he has. I think this was the first time. That's that a credit to Like, oh, daddy is getting into you. You would never hit me. She's like, you struck our son. It's like, well, you know that's not me. I
That's
don't
only
think
because
I,
they haven't lived together. That's only because they haven't. He's hitting somebody. He hit something. He, I don't know who he probably hits dogs. He probably hits little kids as they run by him on the street. I don't trust Leroy. Leroy's diabolical. He pushes the blame on everyone else. If we really want to look at, I mean, and I jest, y'all, for the most part, we speak in hyperbole. However, I will say this is indicative of a character flaw that he has. He does not accept accountability. He does not wear it. He does not embrace it. He does not own or even ask the question of, Will, why are you running out? Why are you doing, when Will rebuts his, I told you to do X, Y, or Z. Well, Dad, you told me to be a good friend and you never leave a man behind and you do this. He completely ignores what Will say. I wasn't talking about that, man. I was just doing this. There was no ability to sit and reason with his son in this moment. I think it had it been just for him not listening and being a disobedient child and running out and putting himself in danger, fine. But no, you put the issue, you put the harm that you caused on your son's shoulders. And the fact that Charlotte, our freedom fighter, sat there and didn't jump in between. I mean, girl, what are you good for? But you got MLK and brother Malcolm on the line. Charlotte, be for real. I don't have it to do for either one of these people right now in this moment. I thought this was trash. I thought it was poor parenting. And then the fact that y'all just let Will go. We not gonna give chase. We're on a military base. You couldn't have called the front guard to stop him on a bike. He on a bike.
But actually,
He
where
on
does
a
this
bike.
fall? I was like, so nobody's gonna go after Will? Y'all just gonna let him walk out? I think there is a draw. Like, even the way that Will was exhausting and expressing, but they're my friends, they need me. Baby, y'all knew them people 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. It hasn't even been a month in there. It's I need to get my friends in Charlotte. Well, I need to help Hank and my patriotic duty. Something is drawing them to stay here. I think some of this is Pennywise and Derry, but we're only going to amplify who you already are and things that are just dormant and just there. That was there on Leroy. Like, I'm like, Leroy, you love them, right? Do
No.
you?
And that's my thing. And like I said, if the discipline had been solely for him just not being where he was supposed to be, being disobedient, running out, fine. But you had displaced anger that you're refusing to deal with. You're refusing to own the situation and what really happened. You shot Will because you was hallucinating down there. Pennywise had you going. But here's my thing: I can't lay all of this at Penny's feet as far as their behavior. Now, Charlotte, you can get up and go find Hank and put him in the black spot, but you can't damn go after your son and make sure he brings his behind back home. Something's not clicking, Steven. You can't have it one way all the way and it not work universally. You know what I mean? Because if he's really delaying your minds and you're skinning and grinning, rocking back and forth, keep that same energy in every situation. I can't have you a militant mama on this side and letting your son go and escape in the woods on his bike, on his little Pathfinder. I don't like it.
I don't know. I'm looking at y'all in the chat about Leroy's accountability. It doesn't count for me if you counter that with, I'm gonna fix it. Everything's always after I finish doing what I came here to do. But we're in danger, Leroy. You moved us here, right? You moved us next door to evil. There's a damn might as well be a damn plague here. And then we'll have Charlotte do that, but at the same time, okay, yeah, mom, I'm gonna go out and touch some grass. Neither one of them have sat on Will since we've gotten here. The moment we realized it was a murderer, a child murderer of all things, you're not going anywhere. She's preoccupied with Hank, and he's preoccupied with his patriotic duty because I'm gonna get this done. And then after that, we can see what we're gonna do. No, we need to go now. Everything is just extremely broken.
What happened to locking the door and snatching him up? You got reflexes to slap
They
him. You
just
don't
let
have
him go. They just let him go on the bike. He was just, I said, they don't care. They don't care. Now, of course, we later have, Charlotte, pop up when she does. But even with that, she's still, well, I got Hank down at the black spot. Yeah, but you can think about it, cry about it. It's not going to change anything. He's there. You're making, with everything going on, I'm not going to make time to prioritize Hank. I'm just not. I'm trying to worry about my well being, my son, and my husband. And my husband ain't even caring at this point. I'm going down to Louisiana and we getting the hell out of here. I don't even care if it's that Pennywise hold and would he even allow Charlotte to leave Derry. I want to see Charlotte try. She has yet to try because we need to make sure Hank is okay first. We're going to see. Thank you so much, Jantis, for the super chat. To be fair, kids are getting murdered. Will should have stayed his ass home. Should have been stayed home three episodes ago, but he's still just out.
I don't
It,
disagree. He want to go for walks though. Okay, just come back. We'll be home by the time the streetlights come on. Again, he's running out after you slapped him and you couldn't reach out and grab him and sit on him and put him in a room. I'm just saying, make it make sense for me. You know.
he had a little drop, after he went and did it, because he still have a date. I can't be here with you, Leroy. I gotta go out and do my thing, and Charlotte can't be here because she's preoccupied with Hank. I'm gonna get to you after I finish doing what I need to do. That's how they both are. I don't think it was a mistake that both of them were in this mirror. It's over. It's over. Hello, Dane. Thank you for the super chat. No Leroy slander will be tolerated. Y'all are looking at the view from the show. You have to look at this from his view. He ran into Will in the sewers. I'm not looking at nothing from nobody whose sound advice was, if you see anything, then look, shoot it. That's what you got. Just shoot it. Anybody. As if you guys are the only two people down here. We went in there, all of us, high and unprepared. Just shoot it. And you and your friend had to jump in front of the gun. I'm not looking at that. And even with that, where does the slap come in? What is, you going on down, and I'm still going to go talk to Hanlon and get my things out the way before I even think about Will. He ain't thinking about Will. Thank you so much, Bree. Shut your... What's up, Dane?
Period.
Thank you, Bree. Oh, Laura. Okay. No. Okay, we're going to get you down. We're going to take you down now. But leaving
this from before, from earlier, there might be some. Yeah.
Let me see. No, I got that one. Yeah, I got them all.
Oh, okay. Oh, she was the one talking about kids were getting unalived. Okay.
Child. They don't care about them kids. Even old Rose told her, keep them kids close. Keep them close. Close where? All right, let's get in the hole. I told y'all Lily was trash. Y'all don't listen to me. But getting into this pool, this shift in Derry, is not just, certain ones. It's Lily too. How much of this is Lily and how much of this is the Precious? Lily was running around this episode. I'm gonna keep it. It's mine. It's the Precious. Oh my God. Does it have some type of power? Does it have a hold on you, Lily? I'm going to take Lily's behavior here with a pinch of dairy and another pinch of salt, because this was the one thing, because all the kids are really scared at this point. They're still having visions and dreams and nightmares, and Penny is still dancing on their brains. This is keeping me safe, though. It saved my life. Maybe she's feeling just secure with it, and I don't want to let it go. But the fist, the Arthur... roll up an Arthur fist at Ronnie again and see what happens. Put your Arthur fist down. She's the Arthur fist. What are you going to do with that? She like she was going to shank somebody with it. What are you doing? But she said she Bishop and Juice. Why you got to hold the gun? Because I already got it. We going to rob Rodimus. I'm holding the gun. Fine, Lily. Ronnie said, hell no. I was waiting for this. I don't care, and I know what they're trying to do. The kids are very Lucky Seven-minded. If we stick together and we have this thing, we can defeat it. Sure, Lily, let's go on down there. Ronnie said, who? Hell no. How many failed attempts and plans are we going to do with Lily? Every time we follow Lily into anything, things get worse. People die. Something I'm not doing at this time. And Lily has a little beef. Like, girl, I tried to... Lily is just the most white privilege coded. She's such a little white woman. I just hate it. Like, Lily, please. Lily is just such a little Caucasian woman in the making. I thought Lily was going to run up on somebody and say, oh my God, if you touch me, I'm going to scream. I swear. They love it. I'm going to scream. I don't know. She is so coded and written that way. I was just trying to help. I was trying to do my good duty. And I'm still trying to help you. Ronnie said, no. What I'm going to do is walk away from this. And of course, the only person to have her back and follow her is Will, because I'm going to be there for you, boo. But I just couldn't get with this. And then Lily has it with her hair. She's taking it to class. She's taking every single opportunity out in public just to make herself look like a lunatic, especially at school. I'm surprised they ain't tried to lock her up at Jupiter Hills yet. But At this point, we have the gang come together and feel like it's up to them to get Ronnie to change her mind and get down with the gang and go down there with Lily. I didn't have any beef with Lily getting told off and Ronnie saying, no, I'm not doing that this time. I don't want to. Why would anybody want to at this point? And who's to say that anything's gonna work? Just because you made it out and it worked for you, we don't know that. I'm not going nowhere with you. Ashley?
I mean, we know at this point Lily is just a pawn, and she's doing and acting out everything that's been conditioned for her to do. I fear she's been hypnotized. Lily's definitely under a spell, and definitely getting her Gollum on. When I saw her with that dragging glass, like, no, you can't touch it. I was like, oh gosh. I'm like, yeah, that is your okay, baby. All right, honey, keep it. But the fact that she didn't reveal in that moment to me, to her friends, like, oh, this is the thing that we're gonna. I don't know. I definitely agree with Ronnie in the moment. Hell, sis, I'm not going anywhere with you. Now that I found my father, I'm gonna stick up here on this side. You almost got us all taken out. Who in their right mind would go anywhere with you, Lily? So now you're out on this limb by yourself. And we all knew what was gonna happen. I really do think Lily's been conditioned. And again, these are all children. At the end of the day, I'm not expecting any more of her. But what Ronnie is going to be confronted with at the end of this really is what concerns me. I really thought it was cute, her and Will, but I don't need to see no kisses, babies. I don't need to see y'all's first kiss in the middle of this mess. But I like that he rode for her, because we don't see that a lot. We don't see little black boys riding for little black girls in the moment when it all comes down. And I really, really enjoyed that. You're not out here by yourself, Ronnie. Like, I got your back. Whatever we need to do, I'm gonna hold your hand through it. I mean, it is what it is. They're already tied. Will ain't gonna be in the house. All right, he's for the streets at this moment. He's gonna be there with Ronnie. It is what it is. Now, as far as Lily and what she thinks in her mind is really distorted. For all that has been done and said, I think even outside of Pennywise, baby girl's dealing with mental health issues, and she probably really did need to be medicated and to be in the Juniper Hill. Not under the tutelage of Kersh, but under somebody who's qualified to deal with her level of derangement. I really hope it gets revealed exactly what's taken a hold of her. Because again, I think this is more under the influence of Kersh than Pennywise, at least for Lily. And I'm also very curious about how the dragon glass works and how it affects the people who hold it. And if there's a reason why they always had it put up or it was sit in the ground and no one was touching it. I'm very, very curious about how that's going to work.
It has to. Like, because it felt like they were trying to have us divided because she did kind of get set off but I was like, before she got set off, it was because Will was like, oh, let me see it. Nobody could even touch it or hold it. Barry Bishop with that gun. And
Mhm.
then I think inwardly, the Lily part of her just felt some type of way and went off on Ronnie, because not only do you not want to follow with my plans, girl, I'm Lily. I'm trying to save the day.
Yeah.
But you call me crazy? You're
Mhm.
crazy. Lily, she's like, what you call me? And then she did her Arthur fit. See, who you hitting? Let's just go and throw hands and get it on out here. Let's just get it on out here. But it's no. I'm gonna let Will make it because he did, ride for her. But I didn't like him trying to convince her. Like, no, I'm gonna stick beside her, but on the low, I'm just gonna make it my mission this episode to try to convince Ronnie to come down there with us. Were we all down there with the same clown? And just based off of the strength, I just don't get all of them and their eagerness to be followers behind Lily. The draw and the pull that she has, and then we do all of this, but at the first sight of danger, y'all all separating and running the hell off. Like, I don't get that. So if we have that much fear, I'm not going to be as quick. Just okay, well, yeah, let me know the time and the place to be down there and go down in the sewer with you so we can defend Penny. We don't know enough about anything. We just know that this protected you. Who's to say it's going to protect us? Let me go and think about this for a little bit. How you gonna get mad because nobody want to go with your little funky plan? Let me read this super chat here from Jen. Says, thank you so much. Shout out to these child actors. They're doing so good. They are. They're really great. These are the ones you check for. You. I'm definitely gonna be looking for Lil Will
For
because
sure.
we'll be selling it. But I love the growth spurt. He's like literally the same height. He's like, Dad, it's got you too. I'm like, he's grown a whole lot. Who told y'all to take the little break, a little writer strike? Okay. This was not surprising. Little Periwinkle here. Periwinkle and Papa. Girl, you've been serving kids up since 35. You've been sacrificing children since 35. Kersh, in the name of seeing a dad. These mentally deranged people here in Derry. I just don't know. I was like, did she have a psychotic break? Did something happen? We have, Lily do what we knew she was gonna do. I was glad that, once again, getting into her white womanhood, she just walks into this woman's house. The door was open. It wasn't open. It wasn't open, Lily. You just invited yourself in. But we're going through things, and of course, we figure out what's going on here. And we get backstory in connection with what we saw in the beginning. I appreciated the little black and white sequences. They were a tonal little shift from what we're typically getting in the episodes in 62. But I just really wish that this could have really been a shock. I would have loved to not known at any point that this was Kersh. This would have really worked in such a great way if it was like, oh my goodness, this is her. The fact that we've known that this has been her, or even maybe just been in the middle for maybe the past 2 to 3 episodes, it just didn't have the strongest impact. Now, how much she was involved in the fact that I said, girl, what kind of lore is this? Girl, this is Pennywise. This isn't Candyman. He gonna pop out for them 20 odd years every single time to feed. It's not depending upon you and how many children you can find and sacrifice. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna make it my duty, as if Pennywise was just long gone and dormant. I'm gonna conjure him up and be Candyman around this hoe and dress up and lurk in the shadows and get the lure up. Girl, what are you doing? Crazy. I love that connection because I had been sitting here. I was like, baby, why Pennywise looks so fragile? What's going on? Has he eaten enough children? He's looking off. Why didn't Pennywise take advantage of Will down in the cemetery and try to eat him? Those dots were nice to connect. I was thinking that we were going to have Hanlon be abused and get flashbacks that way this episode, but we know where he was. And we more so got him here from Kersh. I'm trying to see what connection that she has exactly with Lily. And it's making me question what's really going on with Lily. Because when we have, baby, the way she tripped that little girl and left Pennywise a snack. So why you acting like the baby fell on her own and you were just kind of, oh my God, I'm trying to get to the door. I'm trying to save you. Stay right there. The moment that she heard the child describing, like, oh, that kind of sounds like my dad. Let me go down here in the damn boiler room with this baby and jeopardize her life. And all she saw was her dad. The fact that you could see this thing consume a whole child and Papa, is that you? And open the door. I think from that door opening up until this very point, she saw some deadlights. I think she's entranced. And that only heightened whatever her little mental state was from missing her dad, because I'm sure we'll probably get another flashback episode because she says they took him. He was just gone and I just stayed in Derry and the circus went on. Who took him? Where did he go? I want to find that out. The police. Lily here, I want to know. I'm like, because in a sense of what Kersh would be here and be loyal and do these, because it's benefiting him. I get to have a little snack every single time your delusional stuff roll up about your dad. What is Lily's role in this? Because they have this kindred thing going on. She was like feeding and talking to Lily this entire time since she's been in Jupiter Hills and bonding. But was it to use her to like serve her up to Pennywise, or is this Pennywise strictly? I'm just a little confused on the connection, because at first I was like, okay, Kersh, you're getting a little old in age. Pennywise need to replace you. Is he trying to use Lily for that? And I think we got confirmation that Kersh is just Kersh because she got super close to her with the glass and she didn't, spaz or anything. And she cut her with it and she was okay from what I saw. But Ashley, how did you feel about this? And Lily losing her last hope because she was so sad that this wasn't her friend.
I knew this was a demon when they called that lady the housekeeper at the hospital. I ain't no damn housekeeper. She's sowing seeds of discord and she's playing into Lily's crazy. Now this is gonna be far fetched, and I don't want to hear y'all's mouth too much about it. But I fear that this is some descendant of Kersh's. I think Lily was adopted. There's something about the similarity in the look. There's this moment when they're even talking after she tells the full truth about the sacrificial lambs and all the babies she done offered up to her
Mhm.
papa, where she's like, "So you were gonna hurt me? No, not you, Lily, but my everyone else." And it was like, "Well, yeah, everybody else but you." There has to be a tie and a connection between those two, and I think it's familial. I think it's blood related.
But
I
guess
think
what? I didn't think blood. I thought there was a tie, but once we got down there in the sewer, if she didn't have that glass, Pennywise would have ate her up, right? So, what use does she have if he was going to eat her right then?
I don't know, but was he? I don't know. That's the question. And then again, this is about Kersh's relationship to Lily right now in this moment, not necessarily Pennywise. I think Pennywise, anybody's good for the goose is good for the gander. I honestly think there's a connection between Kersh and Lily for whatever sickness that is. As far as Kersh, this is a diabolical elder hoe, and we knew it. We know everything about it. We know how she's setting up Hank. We know that. We see you, sister. But I fear there was some sick relations between her and her daddy. This is not a normal daughter father relationship. When they took him, then people took him because he was doing predatory things on the circus grounds, I'm sure. If not with her, if some of them other people are children. I don't trust it. He looked crazy. His head was lopsided already. I fear
It was the
Pennywise said,
farm. I
this is
say,
the
damn.
evil. Pennywise said, "This is the evilest man alive in the area. Why don't I just assume, his character as he gets carted off to the loony bin, to the electric chair, or wherever they sent him, because her father is a lunatic." This is all a delusion for me. I don't even know if it's the damn deadlights. I just think she's a lunatic. You going around hospitals looking for, oh, she said a clown in the sewers, Papa, and let me bring, but not just Mabel. Let me not just feed Mabel to the wolf. And then Pennywise turning on this thing like, "Oh, I'm forever going to have this connection." I'm very interested why he's never attacked her. Maybe he's just known that I have this connection with her, but I just think she's a lunatic. I think that this is pure delusion. She's not a manifestation of Pennywise. I really think she thinks she's his daughter. She thinks that that's an iteration of her father, or she thinks that it has her father, and that somehow by feeding into it, her father can somehow become detached from the entity. I don't know. It's sick, it's twisted, and I hope she burns slow. We know she's not, but that's my hope.
She said it was him. He was a bit different, but still him deep down in there. I don't know. I always just assume when we saw those past pictures before the show, I was like, well, yeah, that was always, Pennywise with this large ass head. I was like, oh, was, is he okay?
That's a deformity, I
I'm
fear.
like, is he all right upstairs? Like, was he okay? I
Yeah.
just have I have questions that need answers because it's I thought
And
aesthetically that was a Pennywise choice. Oh no, that
oh,
was just your daddy head.
that was in
Uh,
them pictures. And the fact that she was soothed and comforted when she saw that face, like, "Oh, Papa."
so it's me, it's Papa. So, are you okay around the mouth? Are you okay, Papa? I don't know. Some stuff was going on. The devotion that she has, if he could just see me as periwinkle and Papa, and we could, she was already out of there. I'm hoping that he's not like you said, a predator to the max. Lord.
It's something.
I
Because one of
I assume Pennywise took on the image because, oh, this is a clown. All the kids are flocking to him. This would be an easier way for me to have access because kids love this clown. I could be unassuming, even though he's creepy as hell. But the other part, I think her dedication is unreal to her dad. Like, girl, please, if you're that crazy, dead lights or not, to not understand that this is not your damn father, then I don't know. But I don't think it's a coincidence that she and Kersh have so many similarities. There's a connection. I just really don't know what it is yet.
tell
I
you,
don't
that's
know.
her baby. pushed her out. I promise. Definitely adoption. But also on the other side of that, what's also getting me about Kersh's character is like, is she having private consultations with Pennywise? I don't think in and of herself she's as smart to be starting as many fires as she's starting simultaneously within Derry, as far as, you know, increasing the hate with Hank and setting that whole debacle up, and then also using Lily to drag all the children of Derry down into the sewer system. It's like, how often are you talking to Pennywise? How many other children have you sacrificed? And are we going to get to be privy to any of these conversations? Or is he just coming to in your mind like he does with everybody else? I'm very curious about how their specific dynamic works.
She had to be because she been putting work overtime. She down in the cemetery plot with Will. She all the way down outside of Will's house. She's been working overtime to instill that fear. Now I don't know how. I'm like, could Pennywise not reach that to do that himself? Like, was he weak? Like, why did you have to be in the position to play dress up, or is this just something that she made up in her own mind that I need to do? Because maybe I could see my dad, he's not showing himself to me as much, but I'm like, yeah, I think it's that, and we're trying to use Lily as a gateway, but I just get confused at the aspect that it did look like you were about to devour her if that glass wasn't there. I don't know. Or maybe at that point he felt like she served her purpose because you brought all the kids to see me, as he said. Thank you so much, Rose's Bud, for the super chat. I am enjoying watching this with you all. Thanks for the commentary, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Cosplay playing B, like, oh, did you see living her best life, putting on her little clothes? She really went out there. She's very, very devoted. I don't know. I think Pennywise saw a sucker and he licked it. He's like, oh girl, oh you crazy. It's a sad day when Pennywise go, oh you crazy. Oh, okay. I'm gonna utilize you. You girl, you know what? You're serving a purpose. Let me go on and tell you what you want to hear. Oh, you crazy. It's like, girl, you really devoted. It was Lily riding it back down the street and let out that yell. Lily was like, oh damn. Literally, it's better you know now than later before you hand it over something to her. Oh,
I feel bad for Lily though. Lily really is all alone in this world. And she's a child. You know what I mean? She's going to comfort for wisdom, for advice from these people who can offer her nothing. She suffered the loss of somebody actually trying to be her friend and gave her a turtle and he died the next day. Like, it's been traumatic. As hell. You know what I mean? She's been in and out of the mental institution. Baby, and her mama don't like her. It's like a lot Lily's going through.
and Maddie, we went down there and she said, "Give me a hug, Kersh." Oh my God, is that Pennywise? You saw him? I knew he would show himself to you. Like, what is the connection, Kersh? Baby, which one of them gonna die? They gonna die together, separately, or I think it's gonna be Richie. Cause baby, why your little plane fly directly into the sewer, Richie? And say, "Yep, let's just go on, get him that little black suit and that little box, cause it's gone." They want them to matter a whole lot. We spent a lot of time just dedicated to these two in the episodes, and it's very innocent. It's very, very cute. And like you guys said, they had to extend a little olive branch over there to Marge because Marge was over there doing the most with them patty cakes, and it's like, you know what? I'm forever changed. My eye not eyeing, but sweet little Richie. So let me put a little spit on that girl. Let me help you with that. I got you. I really like Richie, and they do a really good job of endearing him, and he's just this little beacon of positivity. I'm like, it seems like the entity is working overtime. The foot is on Ronnie's neck hard. It's on Will's neck, Lily neck, but Rich just like, oh God, I, I couldn't even go pee. Like, really, I couldn't even go pee, girl. I was so terrified. But at the same time, I went into my dark, creepy, dusty attic to get this eye patch for you, boo. Go and put that on. I ain't that scared. Like, they're still making room for this. And of course, we know what happened with the eye in that situation. I really thought the eye was going to be completely gone. But of course, she's scarred forever. But after we, get a little cute. We down in the cafeteria, and it's like, hey girl, I like you. Pirates of the Caribbean, nice, and it's all cute, and them patty cakes roll up. So, girl, you gonna stay with the losers club, or you gonna come over here down to the table? Baby, when she lifted up that, I said, who told you to do that? Who told you to do this and be like, this was a choice director to have Marge. I am a okay, got it. Okay, so I'll scare you whores off. You won't never come darken my door again, trying to get under my skin. I've chosen my side. I'm gonna be over here with my folks, but they are leaning really, really hard into these two, and I just feel like they're definitely not gonna make it. The both of them aren't. Either one of them is gonna die a tragic death, or the both of them are gonna be out of here.
Confirmed.
Ashley, how did you feel about this in Marge's eye patch?
So here's the thing, and Kamalta, I see your comments, boo. And I said that in a moment of anger. Uh, However, I don't take too much off of it. I don't take too much off of it. Now, was this cute moment for Marge? Absolutely. Is she fully absolved of her crimes and her sins? Is it blotted out by the blood? Not yet. Let's see some bloodshed. Let's see a little bit more bloodshed and you being sacrificial, Marge, and then I'll forgive you. At this point, she's not good enough for this young king. Even with her display in the cafeteria room,
She
I
ain't
need
giving up for Ricky
something
Ricardo.
I need something more tangible. Like it'd be real cute if next episode she throws herself in front of Pennywise for Richie. Then I think I could officially feel like she's on the up and up. This was cute. It was performative. She lightweight needs to be over there in Juniper Hill anyway, because who does that? Arr! I was like, Captain Jane Sparrow, madam. Like, why would you take it to that extent? It was very, choices were made. But Richie is an angelic, sweet baby, and he's going to die first. If I have to say anything about it, I said, oh God. I was like, he's spitting on her. Like I'll take it. It won't hurt that bad. Come on, Marge, with your one eye. I love you anyway. I think you're beautiful. I want to be like, come on, Richie. He's just so sweet and so innocent. This is gonna make Pennywise so strong. He's going for Richie first. And Marge will probably be around because I can't stand that host. She'll probably be one of the last ones to go. But this was a nice effort. This was an olive branch. And, I'll call Marge by her name from now on.
It's you wanting Marge to sacrifice her life. You want her to
Not,
throw her.
not all of it. I just want her to make a real valiant effort. Like I said, just throw yourself in front of Pennywise. I don't mean he has to
What
take
do you
you out.
mean if you're throwing just throw yourself in front of Pennywise, why don't you?
Altruistic act from her that's not going to benefit her. And if I can see that, she can survive. I'll be fine now. Before it was the end of her, but now if she just does something I feel is purely out of benevolence and altruism and fully selfless, then I'll give her a pass. But yeah, as for right now, she's still on this list. I still don't trust Margie. I think if anyone is going to be caught up in the deadlights and twisted and turned outside of Lily, Marge is next. I don't trust her. But
Thank you.
I'm nicer than I have been all season to her. Give me something, guys. Come on, I'm trying over here.
Thank you, Winterfire. Your hair is Winterfire. Thank you so much. Margaret might be Maggie Tozer. So rich. I just don't see it from my boy Richie. He's too sweet. He's too it's just like he's untouched. And I know Marge all cute and everything, but with everything that they've experienced and seen, it just seems like he's just content and happy just to be in her presence, spend time with her. It's a Scooby Doo adventure as far as Richie is concerned. Like this will all be over as soon as we pull the mask off of Pennywise. We're going to see that he's the local butcher down at the little mart. This isn't a real villain. These aren't real bodies. I'm here with Marge. Like no, this isn't that. The moment he threw that plane could have went anywhere. It went in the sewer. I was like, y'all gonna kill Richie? It's just a question of how it's gonna go. Cause I was like, oh, y'all was trying to endear them real tough. We spending a whole 10 minutes with Marge and Rich. All right.
Every line he said was in the dialogue too. It's like, oh, they're gonna take the sweet baby out. It was like just so nice and kind, and just damn, he's a goner.
Who said Will definitely survive? Yeah, we know Will survive. We know Will surviving. It's only the few that we know of, but these two, it's really, really up in the air. This one's surviving too. Girl, Ellen said, Doc said Red told me he smoked the food for $50. I don't give up. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't give a damn.
you don't.
Girl, Leroy said, I'm your superior. I am your I say, really? Leroy, Leroy is diabolical. Leroy don't give a damn about a walking soul. If it's
No
not
doubt.
about his plan and his agenda to save the world, Captain Planet. You think you Captain America? I don't want to hear anything about it. This man's sitting here. Doc is going through this episode. We already knew that he was going to be very, I see dead people even more than before. He even goes out of his way to express exactly what that box meant. Pennywise unlocking it. All of these things are unleashed. Like, this is a detriment, period, and also to my health. Yeah, so if you could just leave it out a little longer, this can get us closer to what we're looking for, right? Because I still need to do what the general. I need what,
I need what that
baby?
man told me to do. Hmm.
This Uncle Tom ex. I was like, this pot calling the kettle, calling the kettle on the kettle of the pot on the black pot of the kettle. What the hell are we talking about here? Both of you are bootlickers or whatever you decided to try to call him. Now that your little cat's out of the bag, and them bodies are out of the boxes, all them ghosts and spirits. Oh no, you bootlicker, you XY, you go on down there to Massa on the plantation since you want to shut the job so hard. I don't give a damn. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm tired, and I don't care who got anything to say about it. Like, really? That's where we're going with this? I didn't understand that.
Oh, you muted, boo. Oh. Oh, okay. Because I was like, she's so animated, y'all. You were still talking to us. You
This
were
is
so
time.
animated.
You need pretzel sticks now. Anyway, yeah, I'm just not. I didn't get the exchange here. For whatever reason, Hammond felt like he was better. Like, I'll do a lot of things, but I'm not doing that. No, you don't want to go further because now you're experiencing some trauma. Now you're hurt because when you were down there with Indigenous Bay, you didn't give a damn. You haven't cared about anybody here. As long as you got to have your little privileges, it didn't matter. And then
Mhm.
you have someone here is equally as diabolical who doesn't care. Yeah, whatever you let out of that box, it's working. It's getting us closer to what we're looking for. I can finish my job and my patriotic duty. Then I can go on down there and try to tend to Charlotte and Will and apologize and atone for that. But yeah, I'm your superior. Do you know who you're talking to? Excuse me? They ain't gonna come out of there with a threat. You need to decide if you want to sit in here and waste away or get the job done. Because we can lock you up. You can really be sat down. Decide what you want to do. For the most part, Doc is just here going through the motions. Of course, we're drinking to suppress, but he's not expressing anything. He's not telling anybody what's going on. Even the people down the black spot, like, what's wrong? Are you okay? I can't talk about it. I don't know. No warning in sight. And he's later just kind of basking in the black spot because with all the chaos and the noise or debauchery or whatever, that's also subsiding and suppressing what he's going through. And maybe he's not really seeing the images of the dead people or whatever was all unlocked in that box. But this conversation here, where he was pretending, I guess, he was better than Leroy, this was wild work. Ashley?
Child, this is what makes you know. This is why he was so magical over there in The Shining. He has to do something to redeem himself because he's trash. I mean, and again, y'all got mad at us when we talked about they liked being in the house and whatever Massa say, Massa do. You know what I mean? But they both giving Uncle Remus, Uncle Ruckus, all the uncles. Do you hear me? It was very rich coming from Dick. Really, Dick? That's what we doing, Dick? That's what we doing. Not you in the man's pocket. Not you sat there and watched them beat another black man while you sat in the corner. So like I don't have it to do with Dick. I've never had it to do with Dick. Y'all know that. But this was just icing on the cake, and he has not spoken truer words. He said, "I don't give up." He don't, baby. The way he walked into the black spot, looked over, saw Hank, and said, "Oh, oh, God." For a black, get the blacks out of here. This is my spot. I created this for the special blacks. I can't stand
The
Dick.
special blacks.
Dick is diabolical. He has only ever cared about himself, about his comforts, about this little weight he thinks that because I can get whatever I want from these people in here because I'm Dick Halloran. And now that the people done escaped in his mind, now he's like, oh God, I'm so troubled. And this is kind of the part that got me because when we do get to the black spot, there is another tonal shift. Tyra talks about when we go back to 1935, we go to black and white. This is another tonal shift. And if you're watching this part in the black spot, it got very surreal. It got very dream state like. And for a minute, I was like, have we been in Dick's head this whole time? Like, it got so strange and odd here. But the fact that he's getting clues, he's getting signals that doom is imminent in the black spot and refuses to say anything, investigate it further, goes further into just how selfish and one-sided and a crab in the barrel that he truly, truly is. Leroy is diabolical, but I fear Doc is just as bad. They're two sides of the same coin, to be honest with you. Leroy at this point is doing it all for accolades and for his service. And Dick has just been doing everything for himself. So I guess you can weigh that against each other. But these people are the same person in a different font. It completely pissed me off, this whole conversation. But at least Dick finally told the truth. When he said, I don't give a F, he means that thing. He don't about anybody else or anything but himself at this point.
Girl, he said, oh, what is he doing here? It's like, man, this is another brother. What we supposed to let him do? Handle another black man? I was going to tell Charlotte, no, don't bother me with this. God!
Yeah,
I don't give a damn. Don't bother me with this. God, I'm going to be in the back drinking. What? That's all you have to share after everything you see? The way I would be screaming for my ninjas to get out of Derry. I don't care what you got to do. If you need to go AWOL, I don't know. We got to go. Stuff is going down. But that's just what it is. Even with Leroy, after everything he's seen, yeah. So after everything's done, you can just wrap it back up in a nice little bow and put it back in a box, right? Just leave it out so we can get. What? Are you insane? What if I can't? What if I can't wrap it up, Leroy? Well, yeah, you don't know, do you? Get the hell out of my face. I'm your superior. You remember who you're talking to. Really, at a time like this, you get to utter, I'm your superior. Did you see that? Did you see your wife scurry through the water after after you shot her and almost shot your son? I'm your superior. I'm like, Leroy is trash.
Period.
Leroy is trash with about 10 H.
They tried to say last week we had daddy issues. That's why we didn't like none of the male characters in the show. That's what they said. I'm just saying, take it up with the writer's room.
By episode 2, we knew who these men were. I think we wanted more from them because they are black men. I do take into account the time period, and I really feel like a lot of Leroy's discontent is everything that he had to sacrifice and do just to get up here. And it's very much kind of that old school. You need to be a credit to your race and show up and rise to the occasion. And I can't be a failure. I have an image to obtain.
Yeah, and I can't let it go. I work too hard to let it go now. Yeah,
and I understand that, but that doesn't just let everything else fall by the wayside. It's still awful in so many ways. And the way we wanted Helen to be something other than,
I knew we went in.
Him being sacrificial over there in Red Rum in The Shining at the Overlook, that don't atone for none of this behavior. None of it. But I'm gonna wait on it because y'all ain't read the book. He gonna come through in the black spot. Ain't no coming through no more at this point. Not for me anyway. Thank you so much for the super chat. Richie might be is it PW?
Pennywise.
Oh. Tell me something. I would. That would be something. Don't do that twice. Don't do that twice. He's never hallucinated. He appeared out of nowhere, and when he was back, now look.
That's true, A. You telling the truth now.
They looked at.
I'll be disturbed. I like Richie so much.
No, I've been getting those comments every week about why has all of the other kids had these visions in these intimate moments and spaces with Pennywise and Richie has yet to have any. I just accounted and said it's because he wasn't as essential as the other children and they felt like that moment in the cemetery because he keeps kind of tying it into the what did he see his uncle or whomever as his moment and it's just not as pivotal to the storyline.
He
But
did start speaking in evil tongues and stuff and doing his Santo Dia at the at the gravesite. He did. How you got this knowledge, sir? How you got this ancient knowledge? Who's your
this
uncle?
upset me. I wouldn't put it past anything because it felt like in this episode, especially when Lily took out the glass, like, is it going to just pop out of Kersh? Is this Kersh or is this Pennywise? So if they are trying to play with that in the show and in the script, I don't know. We're going to get to it because, baby, the way I was like, when did we ever mention Richie playing drums? When was this? Did I miss that episode? Did I miss it?
I didn't see that ever.
I don't know. If it's that and we're in this damn black spot and Pennywise is here via Richie,
That's
I'm gonna
crazy.
fall in my chair. I'm gonna fall the hell out. I swear. Oh man. Oh, y'all would die in the chat. The way we love Rick. No, not Richie, baby. Let him pop out. But would it be too tropey for them to just kind of do the same thing twice? Because we did it with Maddie. Would it be like? Would it be too much to do it again?
Not necessarily. I mean, it would definitely subvert expectations, and especially because he's been so endeared. And the only other time he's manifested fully in that way and lasted days was with Maddie, who looked noticeably different. Everybody knew something was up with that. The idea that Pennywise could appear as a normal, fully regulated, person for days on end, that's something. I don't know. It'd be interesting for
Oh,
sure.
oh, thank y'all. He is a band geek. I think it was because it was just expected. Hey, you kid, you good on the drums? Why you come to me out of everybody? It's full adults in here, Mister. Hey, you. You got these drums back here? I was like, what? I don't know, but we did meet him in a band uniform. I was like, what? What? Thank you so much for the super chat. Pour one out for Polly. Leroy lost any respect in this episode. Y'all were right. Archie got the character redemption. I was hoping Richie as Pennywise a reach.
Okay.
It is. It is. I really want something unexpected here. I really enjoyed the moment that we got with Maddie. Even though I knew it wasn't Maddie, I didn't know it was Pennywise either. Because up until this point, we didn't know him to be out in the world for that long. Could he be out as Richie? Yeah, anything's possible. Anything's possible. All right, let's get into Hank. Okay. Is Hank from the deep south? Hank, Hank just Hank just be Hank gives me plantation. Um, I don't know. From the moment we met Hank down in the movie theater, it didn't really come across as that. I don't know if it's the skate my way to freedom in him, or it's just given. Oh no! I said you just leave the. Hank, are you okay? It just feels very plantation adjacent. That's all I'm saying. But maybe it was just all the excitement. Baby then got slapped. Something went down. Charlotte packing fake bags, talking about after she wraps everything up with Hank, we're going down to Louisiana with or without you, Leroy. Then when we pull up and finally find our son, all we have to say is, y'all think y'all grown, huh? Get in this car. So that's all you got to say, Charlotte. After everything, that's all you got to say. You want to talk about anything, Will? Okay, baby, everything's gonna be fine. Give me a hug. I was like, is that all you got to say, Charlotte? But I don't know why we thought it was such a bright idea to bring the baby to the black spot, bring your son to the black spot. We're just all just hanging out here. As far as Hank is concerned, of course, we have Ronnie doing what she said she was going to do. I'm going to find my dad, and now that I found him, I'm not leaving his side. It was all the foreshadowing for me with Will. I was like, why are we bonding? Oh, so you got what did he call? What did he call Will? It wasn't a gentleman caller. You got a gentleman friend. What the
Right.
hell? I was like, what, Dick?
Oh,
It's just very PlayStation.
they're 12. They're not getting married. Why are you interrogating this
You got
baby?
a gentleman caller. Like, baby, they're like 10. You got a gentleman friend. Oh,
Please.
okay. But he's just happy. Because if anything should happen to me, it'd be nice to know that it's a nice, young, strong buck of a man taking care of my daughter in my absence. Say, Hank, what are you saying? We're having a whole get to know you session in the back, as of course Will is trying to convince Ronnie to come on back down with the Scooby Doo gang and go back into the sewers and try to fight Pennywise. Charlotte disappears at this point. It's just like, yep, we're gonna just stay here, hide in the back. Whenever my people come through,
These
and
imaginary
they come
people.
down here to help you, Hank, then I can leave with my son. What people, Charlotte? If them people didn't make their way down by the time he got on the Shawshank bus with the heightened tensions and racism
Exactly.
at this time, baby, they're not coming. So we're really waiting for nothing. Ashley, how did you feel about this and him giving them his blessing? I was like, what are we doing?
It pissed me off. They're not getting married. They're 12 years old. Just like when Charlotte was driving. Oh, look at y'all being fast in the street. Get in this car before y'all do. This is the first time you didn't care, Charlotte. Now you can go look for Will down the street. Now you can get in your car and go after him and find him. This was just a mess. Charlotte at this point is a liability. Who knew, right? Her freedom fighting efforts would be this ill prepared. Because why, of all the places in all the world, would you put Hank here?
Crazy.
Why? At the newly, only black appointed place hangout that's ever been in Derry, sister? And then not even telling your husband. And I don't get down with Leroy, but I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong at the end of the day. These are his guys. This is a military sanctioned location, and you're hiding a fugitive. A person who broke out of jail, you know what I mean? Who's on the lam. Charlotte was absolutely wrong for this. It was ridiculous. Also, Hank, I'll never forgive you for cozying up to that elder cooch. I just don't get it. I don't see it. It doesn't give steam heat. It doesn't give that coochie was calling you. You know what I'm saying? I just can't wrap my head around you being all up in that and not home worried about your children and taking care of your elder mother. I'm just so disappointed in everything that Hank turned out to be. The fact that up until this point, he ain't gave a damn about Ronnie. We ain't heard him ask about Ronnie. We ain't heard him say, but how's my daughter? Like, oh, yeah, white lady, this is, I know I beat your guts in and everything, but how's my kid? No, I need you to help me. Just help me. Hank, you're diabolical. This didn't mean much to me. I felt for Ronnie because, hey, you'll love even a bad dad. But this whole feigned whatever, first episode, I thought he was going to have some sense. Hank was a nice guy. Turned the other cheek, let the kid go. He
It's
was running,
Derry.
seemed responsible, all of those things.
It's
And
Derry, but I think I'm telling you, Kersh put that cat on him. It's something in
there's
that
something in the cat.
it was Pennywise in the elder cat, as you said, in that cougar
It
cat,
was some elder cat.
that wicked kitty. It was wicked. She put that on Hank, and he ain't been right ever since. Because
He
you
had
tell
a
me, out of
cat
all
in
the
his
people,
head.
she's a very, 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 very beautiful woman, especially for her age. But
Get out here,
with
Madeline.
who Hank is and the connection that he has to Ronnie, him being, I just don't see him jeopardizing that. I think them nooks and all them grooves been working on everybody in Derry before we got here and we met them via Leroy and the family. And it's just even now, it's just a shell of himself. Now, of course, this is he's been on the run. This is a dire time. But even when Charlotte first tried to go see him, all that anger and stuff, like
Yeah.
I think it's a whole lot of dairy going on here. And yeah,
Um,
he didn't ask nothing about Ronnie. Ain't asking nothing about Ronnie. So when we saw this, it was like, oh, you wanted to see Ronnie? We didn't know that.
That's what I said. You don't give a damn about that girl. She been out here running the streets and sewers trying to save your ass. And all you could worry about is that elder cat. I'm so disturbed. And that's why she turned on you. That's why she set you up. It was all a setup. It was a scheme.
Set up
You know,
by
by
time.
Todd to come back to you with the
Bullshit.
bullshit. You know what it was. This was ridiculous. The whole question, what's your favorite movie? You're like, oh, I just get out of here. Go.
I'm telling you, it was a quick get to know you. It felt like an out. And of course, they have different names. They play around with the characters versus whatever's in the books. But everybody's been asking, is this Will's wife? Is this, Mike's mom? That's what they gave here. Like, take care of my baby when I die, Will. That's what it gave.
Just get out, Hank. I really hate that they did this to these characters because these were people that we could have rooted for, that we really wanted to be on their side. I mean, this is an innocent man running for his life for crimes that he didn't commit. A black man, predominantly white town. There's no reason I should hate Hank. Like, why did y'all do this? Why did y'all do this? Why? Why did y'all do this to us? I wanted to like this black man, strong, healthy black man. We love black men. Dun, 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 dun. We do, and it didn't have to be this. It didn't have to be this.
Got that gentleman caller, your new lady friend. Take care of her, baby, when I go on down. I'm gonna
Just
make
go.
it out of this juke joint, Will. I need you to take care of her. Oh my God. Brent, get to know you and Charlotte. Why are you leaving him in the juke joint? And this is just also just the thing that's over the family, because they're just so busy worried about the entity, as if the evilness just doesn't lie in Derry, period. Especially Leroy and Charlotte, they know that the running theme in here is always, Pennywise is Pennywise, but the evil you really need to worry about is the person next to you, the people around you. They just as despicable as this thing in the sewer. But they let him run around and go like, what did he say? Long as you stay here, it's outside of Derry, so everything's fine. It's
Right.
not fine, and you should know that. Thank you so much, Jen.
I don't know how the white tea people act back in those days. I was like, are y'all they
I'm
got to be
sorry.
different. It's different.
I'm sorry, but Hank, on my everlasting nerve, a big oaf. I don't know. The characters did not pan out the way that I thought they would when we first met them. It's been very interesting, to say the least. Am I wrong for thinking Charlotte put everyone in jeopardy by bringing Hank
Oh,
there
she
and they
put
having parties and stuff? Absolutely. Absolutely. And
everybody in
even if we were, and of course we'll get there because we know that Kersh dropped the dime later. What are we telling Kersh about the black spot for?
exactly. She just asked for your help. You didn't have to tell her what you were doing with the man. Like, come on, but you a freedom fighter. Okay, Charlotte.
Thank you. Shar should have left without an announcement. She talked too much at the jail, trying to get Hank out too. Leroy keeping secrets. I'm keeping them too. This is
Mm.
it's. I don't know. I don't know. I thought they would be different. I thought they would be different. Paranormal Punani spell on Hank is down. She did. It was
I
something in
know.
it. It was something in there because
I
he
know.
just turned into a strapping buck the moment he got off of the Shawshank. But I was like, what? Are you
Mandingo,
around?
if you will.
Mandingo. I was so mad he didn't grab Ronnie and run.
He
But
ain't think
at
about
this
this
point,
girl.
it's like, where would you go? What resources do we have? We know he don't have any. The fact that he's relying on Charlotte. I don't care how good of a game Charlotte went in there. Like, yeah, Malcolm X, that's my cousin. We can get you out of here. Lickety split. Can you? Really, Charlotte? Are you? Yeah, Malcolm Michael,
I have an army
the
of freedom
freedom.
fighters up here. In 24 hours, I had this place filled up. Girl, where they at?
Charlotte said she had the freedom,
Sweetheart.
civil rights movement. I got Madam CJ Walker over there, Rosa Parks over there, everybody down there at the function. All I gotta do is make one phone call. Who you need? Let me go and dig up Frederick Douglass. She just had everybody, and then we get down here. It's
Ain't
very
nobody here.
the number you have called has been disconnected. If you want to reach Malcolm, please try again. Them people not coming, Charlotte. They are not coming.
Never gonna come. Like she had sway. Like I got clout. I got weight in this game. All right, Charlotte. All right, Char.
Ronnie was so excited. I just really hated it for her. Now, getting to this black spot, I don't know what to make of this. I thought that we were going to be in somebody's dream sequence, in somebody's mind. This was a fantasy. It was very like I said, bonking Hennessy in Oblivion. It was bonking Hennessy down in the juke joint. I said, why y'all giving these kids cognac? What you mean special army coke? I didn't know what to make of the black spot. I didn't know. My thing was, with this being the black spot, this is brand spanking new, and you know what could happen just at the mere thought of certain people being in the black spot. And then we have a fugitive in the back. White kids where? Kids, period, where? Get these kids out of here. Where are your I don't need nobody rolling up in here looking for you. I don't need no police coming. Get these kids out of here. If you're under this age and you're not black, get out of the black spot. It was like, yeah, come on down here. Let me put some hair on your chest. What are y'all doing? What are we doing? I'm surprised they ain't trying to give the kids the reefer. I was like, okay,
Mind your
wait.
head. You giving them liquor?
Liquor, bonking Hennessy. It was just bad. It felt like this layer of oblivion. I was like, is this Pennywise too? What is happening? It felt like we were in some type of translucent state. A white tea woman, or maybe it was a Mary from Sinners. She popped out and was on the microphone out of nowhere. I was like, where did
Come
she
from?
come from? I just didn't know. Richie's getting his life on the drums. We've been like figured out, baby Ronnie's not going for it. I'm staying here with my dad. And all the kids are just there. Nobody's coming. Like, nobody cares about where their kids are. Nobody's looking for them. I don't know. But by the time we played the drums and got the liquor, and of course we have Doc walk out, and it's just like, oh, it just gave like, this is soothing. With all these things going on, I'm really not thinking about the ghost or whatever I'm seeing. I thought this was a dream or something, but it wasn't. This was just the black spot. This scene just did not carry well for me. Ashley.
Child, go get Alma Harrell over here and teach them people how to do a damn sequence in a juke joint in a black establishment. Cause I said, what is this? Why are y'all playing this 1920s, 1930s music talking about swing high? I said, what the hell? And then she's scatting or whatever she was doing on the microphone. I was so aggravated by the music choice. The sepia tones in this instance were just too yellow. It definitely felt like a dream sequence. I was like, what are we doing here? And it didn't give vibes. It didn't give black to me. I didn't feel like I was in Color Purple them juke joint. I didn't feel like even the dancing, even the choreography of the dances was
It was the hoochie coochie on the dance floor. Girl, what she said, what they doing? I think they dancing. Oh hell, why she all up in here?
y'all got money? Y'all got money over here. Get some music from the 50s that we can really get with. I mean, that you would hear at a juke joint. And again, the dancing was weird. I was like, how y'all slow grinding and hunching to this? Her leg was halfway up and it was a weird hunch. It wasn't even cute. Like, I hated it. The fact that these little white, and I don't care who they're affiliated with, but you see these little YT children, one with an eye patch, and you don't say to yourself, maybe they need to leave. Maybe this isn't the place. But you say, no, let me imbibe them with liquor. Let me give them and then the liquor they didn't ask for. I was like, the liquor's not in the Coca-Cola can. Why would you do that to them? Why would you spike their drinks and then put little Ricky Ricardo, as they call him, on the drums? This was so
Pretty Ricky, what they called it.
choices were made here, but I did not enjoy this. This did not feel black. It did not feel like a spot. It didn't move me. But I guess it got us closer to the end. But again, it was so surreal. And just not done well. This was not my favorite. What I will say is, as far as what the writers' room has shown us up to this point, there will be continuity at some point. They will bring this back, and it will ultimately make sense. I can only go based on what they've done so far. Everything has been backed up to this point. So I'm hoping we get narratively the justification for this weirdness, because this didn't land for me.
I was waiting. I said, baby, this is HBO. Y'all been working her to death. Where is Sally Richardson to come help y'all out? She would have got y'all right. She does wonders over there in the Gilded Age. She would have helped you. She would have helped you. The winning time, she can give you time period. You can just tell when we're in the room and maybe when we're not. The music selection, the attire, everything, even the behavior in here. The Baltic Hennessy, yeah, that's army coat. Yeah, drink it. And baby Marge was over there like, yeah. This just doesn't reflect what would really be going on here. Because I kept waiting for someone to go, why the hell are these kids in here? Get these children out of here. We have enough to deal with on a regular basis. We just got this black spot. This is the whole reason that we had to go out here in the middle of nowhere and find some place of solidarity and peace of our own with our own. Get these damn kids out of here, period, and definitely get the white kids out of the space and make sure that fugitive hiding deep underground. He already a runaway. Yeah, we just down here having a good old time. I didn't understand. But they wanted to give sinners, and they said, if you didn't think it was sinners yet, it's really sinners now because there's some vampires outside. I said, where's Michael B. Jordan? So he said, nah, we cousins. By the time Mary was on the microphone, skippity bop 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 bopping, and she appeared out of nowhere it just gave biracial. I was like, what did biracial come from? Okay. She was there. We already have the Hank down there. We have the Plex and suiting. So I got a little tip. I'm not gonna say from who, but a woman. She called me. She said she knew exactly where Hank was hiding.
Knows where he's at, and I trust her.
Yeah, I trust her. We knew exactly who it was, and we make our way down there. But they say we ain't gonna be too clan adjacent. We just gonna have little Party City mask. But I said the mask in the lead just happened. Old Bowers under there. He's a vampire. Okay. It was very sinners. I said, y'all got a little inspiration. Y'all felt a little good. It was given. Nah, we cousins. I said, okay, if Michael B. Jordan pop out, that's that. We already know what's about to pop off. I say, man, between Kersh and this behavior and the white tea woman lies of it all, and even Lily running around, I said, this is turned into Rosewood really fast.
Real quick.
This is turned into Rosewood. This is turned into Tulsa, Derry, Tulsa, Rosewood, if you will. It's just about to get really, really violent. Ashley, how did you feel about where this episode ended in the vampire and the crew rolling up?
That was a mess. I was like, the mask. Oh, so y'all don't have hoods in Derry. Okay. We don't
That's
have
good. You said that's
Derry.
too
We
far.
don't have
That's too
pillowcases.
far. It's too far. Just the mask.
Okay. Okay. I mean, we all knew this was inevitable. We all had known about the black spot and what was going to happen with that. And again, we know that damn Kersh is a weapon of chaos at this point. So none of this really surprised me. I will say it was very sinners adjacent. Even the people, what y'all doing here? Can you turn the lights down? No, we here. Blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but this should be interesting because again, as military men, they should all be armed in there, hopefully. So I mean, we'll see what's gonna happen. But no, this was a mess. But again, we don't expect it whenever they congregate like this and have their meetings and I know where they are. We're off to see the wizard. We know where it's gonna end up. We know how that's gonna end up. I just, it it wasn't very climactic for me. I was like, oh, okay. We all
We've been
expect
waiting. We've been
what the
waiting for this.
or showdown will be like.
I just hate
Um,
it.
I'm waiting for the Molotov cocktails. That's all I'm waiting.
Yeah,
That's the only thing that was missing for me in their hands. But
I hate it because at this point, with it being kind of formulaic in a sense, it's just basically how many people are going to just get to make it out with their lives. Because clearly
yeah,
there's going to be bloodshed and death here. And this may be a moment. Because even with this happening, we have Kersh suiting up. Girl, where are you going? Where are you going, Kersh? You finna come on down to the black spot also in your costume?
probably the one.
Girl, we'll definitely see. It was giving that. It was giving now we cousins. But yeah, we have the face off. I just love the black man. He was like, "Yeah, baby, stand behind me." I was like, I need you to go inside, get up and
Oh,
start.
wait, go inside. How about baby, you run? I'm gonna handle this out here. And yeah, we know it's not the deep south. And again, to me, race is still not the major issue here, right? This is about creating an environment and playing on people's fears already, and that just happens to be the hot button issue of the time that Pennywise is preying on. Again, I still feel like this is about complicity. This is about going along along to get along. And ultimately, it's about people's fears and what they're going to do. This is just a demonstration of it. So I wouldn't have been mad if they had their clan hoods, because at the end of the day,
You don't have
that's
to do
still what it is, but it didn't have to be that, because again, like I said, that's just a cover. I think the racism, all of that is just a cover for the real thing that's been going on in Derry since, I mean, since forever, with or without Pennywise. The
I
fear
think
was always going to be a thing.
I think the racism is just to show what I think we've always shown. Like the people in Derry are innately just evil. It's like it's so much, fixation on this entity and what he's doing. But a lot of these people know better because Bowers under here was the same one who said in Charlotte's face and said, "This isn't the Deep South." It's becoming the Deep South very quickly.
And it was
It's
only
been,
a matter of time, because
yeah.
this is the thing that's going to feed Pennywise the most. Because while that's not their biggest issue in Derry, it's still a thing, right? And if we can unite against this common perceived threat or whatever, why
Mhm.
not use it to get more powerful and stronger? And it's just the fact for me that Kersh masterminded this whole thing. I need that to make sense.
Mary
I
Rosewood.
need that to
You
make sense.
can't. The implications here and how things are falling out. You can't not tie racism here. You can't.
Yeah.
It's everything's coming up diamonds. Like I don't know how you don't see it. Even down to a white woman being the escalator here to throw grass, just to give away this location. The implications here are very very obvious. I would love to know because even and I always want to go like further, but when they give their commentary at the end of the episode, it's always very light and just maybe just focusing on maybe more of the narrow things, like things that I always want to go like underneath and see like, well, why did you choose this? Because they could have, there weren't many just implications or just, I would say, but just consequences here for if they would have shown up unmasked. They showed up here with mask on for a reason. And we know why. It wasn't those hoods, but they're masked. And even with Bauer saying, like, yeah, I was whoever he said decommissioned or did whatever because they didn't think I was up to the job. But now this is kind of my time to redeem myself and get it back in blood. They wouldn't have suffered in any way and not had anybody on their side just because, like, yeah, I need to hide my face. I wouldn't want anybody to know that it was me. You wouldn't have any ramifications if anybody did know that it was you, but you
Yeah,
came
there's no
down here.
consequences here
Yeah, there's
anyway.
no consequences. We put these masks on
Yeah.
to say something. And I wish that when we have our commentary later, they would tell us and get over there into why we put our mask on. But we
I'm
don't talk
curious though, because the showrunner isn't American. I
about
don't know if he gets the full nuance or like understanding of it. And what I'm not saying is that, and I see you guys in the chat, I'm not saying racism doesn't exist everywhere. It does. I'm saying as far as it and the it universe, that's not the central thing. That's the low-hanging fruit here that Pennywise will use whatever he can. That's the easiest thing to do in this time period, is to call on race. I get why they're doing it, but the underlying thing is always going to be fear for him.
Thank you so much, Jay Buggin. Tyra, you're gonna get to see your do that little dance, mama. Like, I can't wait to see my little Pennywise dance. He been Michael Jackson slow grooving and moonwalking and thriller and all this damn season. It's been very, very funny. Hopefully somebody puts together a compilation video. But
Skarsgård is a mess for this. I don't know if I'll forgive him for this one, because Sirs, please stop with the dance moves.
we already know, how this is going to end. It's not going to end well. I don't know. I thought I don't know why, and I knew he wouldn't after so many episodes. But I thought before when we met Doc, he would kind of at this point be a voice of reason, and maybe people just weren't taking him seriously or believing him. Girl, he off in the back drinking. I said, God
Yeah,
damn it,
he
Hanlon.
don't give a single damn. And that's
That's
my
just
thing. You feel the Shining didn't tell you these people was coming. The Shine didn't come
no.
on, and
The shine don't work that way. The shine work when it want to work. Ugh. Predictions, Ashley.
God, no, no. We watched the after show, and we watched the preview for next week. And the only thing, of course, I saw was kind of the showdown, that these are all military men inside. What I do think will be very interesting is if one of the kids pass by the hands of this altercation, and not Pennywise directly. Like, that'll, I think, be the kind of the thing, and to see where they go from there, especially if it's one of the Watts that came to do that in this melee in the ultimate, because it's going to be a fire, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, they're going to set it on fire, and who loses their life then. I really feel like it's very clear Hank doesn't make it. So, so I predict that he'll be a goner. And probably Richie this episode. I definitely think this is the penultimate episode, so I hope they brought their big blickies out for this next episode. And there's gonna be carnage, but definitely Richie, definitely Hank. Those are my two goners next episode for sure.
Oh, yeah. Hank, and Richie kind of said their goodbyes via the foreshadowing in this episode, so I'll probably be expecting that as well. I want to know when everybody's going to make their way down to the function, because and it's, I think it's no coincidence that all of the kids are here except for Lily. Lily's not here. Lily is not here. I want to see, because in the trailer you have Pennywise reaching for someone's hand. I really feel like it's Lily. I think she's integral to something and we just don't know yet. I know that she's been playing her part and being a vessel and being used, but we haven't really had too much of a conversation outside of him about to, rip her to shreds. So I wanna get into that. Yeah, but everybody has to kind of meet here. So Leroy has to make his way here. Charlotte, because your children are here. Your children are here. So I guess we were going to get into that and get into the showdown. And people really about to die, all about protecting Hank. Because that's what they said. They said, maybe give him to us, send him out here. We know he's in there and we won't have no problem. They're like, no, we're protecting our own.
So is this going to be the melee that we see in the opening credits? This is what we're about to see, the bloodshed in episode 7?
I think so. I think so. Thank you, TG. But yes, y'all, that was the episode. Good fun, good conversation. Shout out to all 175 of you guys here. Be sure to hit the like button before you leave and leave commentary as far as like what you guys think is going to happen in the episode, because this could go several ways. I just know we saw Doc holding somebody's child. He's holding a body. He's carrying somebody. Is it Will? Who are you carrying, Doc? I just feel like Doc could have done more. Ashley, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, thank y'all for coming through. Thank you for supporting the live and having the conversation. We appreciate you guys so much. Oh, we're doing a watch tomorrow. Snowfall, right?
Yeah. Yes, we are doing a Snowfall watch along. Really retrospective because we've seen it, but I ain't seen season 1 since season 1 dropped. So it's gonna be different and probably fun to reflect on, maybe little nuances and things we're noticing, especially with Franklin that you didn't notice before because you weren't paying attention. So be sure to support us with that also. But thank you guys so much. I'm gonna take you out of here with Pennywise, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.
White shirt, now red, my bloody nose sleeping. You're on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. Bruises on both my knees for you.